Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my second episode. In the last episode, we talk about the brain, and um, we talk about the brain is not under your control. So, in this episode, we are going to discuss about how and why the brain is not under your control. So, you know, this is this is an equipment, or this is a machine we have, the human body. So if we know how to use it, then we can use it efficiently, and we will get the complete, the result, what use it to the maximum potential, and we can get the maximum result possible if we know how to use it. So that's what we are going to do here, like how the brain works. And especially I am focusing on how the emotional aspects and the feelings is connected to the brain, and what happens in your day-to-day interactions. This is what we are going to discuss today. So as I said, basically the brain responds. Basically, brain works based, or brain responds. Brain responds on each of our interactions outside based on the storage in our brain. The storage is the impressions, or the impressions made from our experiences. So this storage composed of four basic categories. So one is the experiences or impressions from evolution. So this part is million years and years ago, like when we started our journey as a single-celled organism, and how we reach to the full-grown human body. So that evolution, that journey, that impressions, experiences, and transition, that part is the evolutionary information. So that evolutionary information is basically, we can say, as it is instincts. And then comes the geographical information. So which area of the world you are born. So if you are born in Russia, you know the geographical condition of Russia. So it's snow, the full snow, and so in the fruits and vegetables, and what the resources available in Russia is based on the climate, based on that region, the geographical area. So basically, that is that information, and what kind of body we should have, because the Russians, we can't see a black Russian, right? But so all Russians are white. So the climatic condition, or the geographical differentiation, so which area of the world you are born, so that is very important. So that gives the information of this kind of body you are going to have. So if you are going to born in Russia, you are going to have that kind of body, that kind of information will be transferred. So that is vital, because basically the role of the brain, this information is to protect this physical existence. So based on that geographical area, the body structure is different. Structure will be different, because when we do medical articles in a journal, we have to state in the beginning, okay, this study is conducted in Caucasians, or this study is conducted in Asians, or this study is conducted in Africans. So it's not differentiating, it's not discriminating, but based on the geographical differences, the body structure is different. The some metabolic rate and some enzymes influencing the metabolism is different for the Caucasians compared to Asians. Asians, it's fast metabolism, but Caucasians, it's slow. So we can see that difference, in the body. So this is what contributing to the geographical difference and that information, because that is important, because which part of the area you are. So our body should have that information to protect the body, that what kind of animals are there, what kind of threats are there. So what kind of strength are there, like a possible beneficial resources. So this information is also vital for our daily interactions. And the third one comes, which family you are born. So which kind of family you are born. So like a family, a family will have kind of tradition, or that kind of family, like they will be involved in certain kind of business, or that certain kind of job, the similar job. So some similar, like, so this is the immediate information. So this is the genetic information transferred to the new born baby, like the brain information. So it is also important for the survival, or for protecting the physical existence of that newborn baby. And then comes, like this information is transferred from your ancestors, like immediate family, like your dad, from your dad, and your grandparents, and it's been this disposition, the genetic disposition is from that source, because that is also needed for your survival. And the fourth one is, once the baby is born, after that he started going through different kind of experiences. So that is the fresh experiences, immediate experiences. So that impressions, that is stored in the brain. So we have these four aspects, how the body works, and how we interact outside, and how the brain works, and how it is influenced in our thought process, and in our mind, how it works in mind. And I'm just covering only the brain and the immediate responses of brain to outside interactions in this episode. So we will then the mind, the thought process, and all those stuff I'll discuss in the next episode. So this one I'm focusing on the structure of brain, based on like the information storage, how the information is stored. So these are the informations we have in the brain. Okay, so these are the instincts, the evolutionary aspect. It is like lots of experimented, like experienced, and it's experienced and it's practiced, and so it is completely established. So these are mostly the instinct. Then the geographical area also, like based on how long we have been, like that people inhabited to this geographical area. So based on that also, this kind of like how long it is, this part of that also can be kind of instinct. Okay, then comes this the immediate genetics of your parents. Okay, so that's also a survival mechanism we need. Okay, then comes the our own experiences. So these are the factors influence how we respond to a situation. Okay, how we respond to a situation. So we can go in detail how this works. Okay, so in science like in biology, I have I think while I was 13 years, then I covered this portion. um, Reflex action. Reflex action. So what is reflex action? See, when we touch a hot surface, then immediately our hand will be withdrawn from that hot surface, from that hot source. Okay, that hot object. Okay, so this is explained why it happens. Like when we touch the hot surface, immediately our hands are withdrawn. What is happening there inside the body? So it explains that it is, so we have nerves, or nerves in your fingers, the ends. So lots of nerves are there. So these nerves conduct this information, and it reaches the spinal cord, and immediately the spinal cord responds and give the command to make the hands to be withdrawn. Okay, so this is a kind of reflex action. So that means it's not going to the brain. Okay, so this happens without the involvement of the brain. We don't need to think, okay, oh, I touched the surface and I have to remove my hand. It's not like that. It's a reflex action. It's an instinct. So we remove the hand from there. So the same way, when we come to the mental health, like how mind works, or how psychologically it works, how interaction, the health of mind is based on like the brain's response. The same way, see how the spinal cord is responded, and then the information going to the brain, and then brain understand what is there, what is the situation there. Oh, this is the hot surface, so brain is storing the information. Oh, this kind of situation is not safe, so we should not repeat this again. Okay, so the information is stored. So what happens in the spinal cord? Immediate response. It's just responded based on what is the instinct, like what is the storage, like it is proved that it is completely proved that it is not safe, so we should be withdrawn. So when we interact with outside, how the brain reacts is like a reflex action. What is the source of that reflex action? Based on the information stored in our brain. This is the analogy I would like to give. How brain responds is just the reflex action of how the information stored in the brain. How when we touch the hot surface, we withdraw the hand from the source. It's a reflex action. Okay, so we are basically doing just this reflex action. We are just doing this reflex action. Okay, the daily routine is like this. Something, it's so the information stored in the brain, it happened by accident. Like what kind of situation you are, that makes an impression. You don't have any control on what is going to your brain. So you don't have any control what reaction comes from the brain. That's why I said in my last episode, this one, the brain, is not under your control. So because that is not under your control, what went into the brain and what impression it is stored and how you react to a situation is completely based on the information stored in the brain. It is out of your control because you didn't have any control on what is going in. This is where we can do the intervention. Okay? How we can react, how you want to react to a situation. So what we should do for that? What is the intervention we need for this? So that's what I'm going to discuss in the next episode. So hope this is a bit complicated. It's a bit hard to digest, but hope you all can pick up from this the basic storage of brain and the four aspects, the four categories of storage, and how the brain, how we respond to a situation, the immediate response. It happens. There is no intervention in between, like the reflex action of our body, the physical reflex action. The same way the reflex action is happening with the brain. In a mental level, it is happening. Only the reflex action is happening. So I will discuss the next level, how in the intervention, what intervention happens, and based on that we can categorize different personalities, and all those stuff I'll discuss in the next episode. I hope in this episode what I discussed about the brain, how it works and how it reacts, how it responds, and completely the response based on the information stored, you all can easily digest this. Hope everyone is happy to accept this. I would like to do a declaration. Whatever I say here is completely my experience and my research on my life and my experience on my life, and what I observed and what helped me to become to lead a happy life, how I can be happy, how I can live in full, so this is completely what I'm telling. These are my ideas and my concepts. So if you can resonate with that, I'm happy to share this. I'm happy to share this. And if you can agree with that, if it helps you in any way, I'm so blessed. So with this, the main part, I conclude. I stop here. And I would like to answer the first episode. I got some questions. I said, if we are stuck or we are confused or we are in a problem, immediately we have to sit down and clarify and move on. Okay, so some questions I got is how we can do that, because the problem is it's a problem. We can't find a solution. Immediately we can't find a solution. So that's the aspect of the question. Okay, immediately we can't find the solution. As I said in the episode, we should sit down and find the solution immediately. So my point is, my perspective is, whatever happens, whatever happens is, it's outside. Okay, whatever happens is outside. Okay, we are in a problem or whatever, it is outside. How I should take it, it's my choice, right? It's my choice. How I should take it, it's my choice. So it's my decision. Okay, so see, when the issue happens, keep that issue out. Keep that issues, your problems out, and look back to yourself and see what problems, what issues, what you are uncomfortable with this, what aspect you are uncomfortable with this issue. You find it out and you take a decision, or you take measures how to rectify the issues or uncomfortability happens in you, how you can resolve it. I didn't mean that you have to immediately go and talk to the person who caused it, and talk to the organization who caused it, or whatever outside issue it happened. I didn't ask you to go out and talk to them and find the solution. It's not that. Every time, each moment of our life, there will be some problem. We always will have some problem. But the thing is, how you take it, how you perceive it. All problems, it's all outside. Keep it outside. And how you take it, that matters. How you take it. How you take it, there we need the intervention. See, I love to see green all around me. I love to be in nature. I love enjoying the nature. So if I need to see green all around me, is it practical to put green grasses and green trees and green everywhere? Is it possible? No, it is practically impossible. But how can I can make it? How? I can buy a green glass and put on my eyes. So I'm not making out any change outside. It's not under my control, under your control. Whatever happens is not under your control. What you can do, how you can take it, it's up to you. So that's what I said. When you're stuck or confused or whatever, find a solution to remove the confusion of you. Okay? You. So you should have the skill to find a solution of, you should know the strength and weakness, and you should know who you are. Hope this answers the concerns raised from my last episode. So I finished this episode here. We can meet again by next week. Hope everyone is safe. Keep your life happy. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you.